This improved third-generation Mini Cooper S is a properly credible hot hatch. Its harder-hitting 2-litre engine and talented chassis deliver plenty of fun as you power to 62 miles an hour in 6.8 seconds to the tune of a blissfully cheeky exhaust note. It's now a more mature thing too, better built than many of its rivals and with sophisticated safety and media connectivity. In short, this car has come of age.
Can a bigger Mini ever feel like a proper Mini should? Fun, frisky and up for anything? Well, this 5-door hatch model manages that despite its longer wheelbase and its extra weight. There's the darty steering and the quick-fire throttle response that Mini owners love. Another Mini trait, an unyieldingly bumpy ride over poor surfaces. Well, that isn't quite so welcome, but you can lessen the impact of that by specifying variable damping and sticking to smaller wheel sizes. The 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine used for the top 192 HP Cooper S variant we're trying here has been comprehensively refettled, plus the optional Steptronic dual-clutch auto gearbox now has 7 speeds. None of which changes the recipe on offer too much. As before, we don't like the rather bulky manual gear change, but we are impressed not only with this car's cornering agility and urban manoeuvrability, but also with its surprising aptitude for longer trips. That's down to impressive levels of refinement. The engines are pretty efficient too. This Cooper S model's 2-litre petrol unit returns NEDC2 rated figures of up to 42.8 mpg on the combined cycle and up to 129 grams per kilometre of CO2. The Cooper S comes in either the F56 3-door hatch body shape or this F55 series 5-door hatch form. Established Mini styling cues are present and correct: the clamshell bonnet, the upright windscreen and yes, the round headlamps, although quite a lot of work has gone into enhancing these with this revised hatch model. These improved lights may look much the same as before, but the full LED technology behind them is very different, particularly if you order the optional Matrix adaptive beams that automatically extinguish parts of the lamp that might dazzle other road users. Either way, a new LED daytime running light ring surrounds the beam and illuminates as a turn signal when it's needed. Time to take a seat at the wheel, where you're reminded that cabin quality in modern Mini models really is now the equal of any mainstream BMW that you might care to name. Now, if you haven't yet tried a post-2013 era third-generation F56 or F55 series Mini model, you might be surprised to find that this huge central display no longer functions as a speedo these days. Less characterfully, but more practically, that's been relocated to a pod in front of the steering wheel where it's flanked with a crescent moon rev counter and a fuel gauge. All of this has freed up this central area for much more infotainical trickery. The screen is now 6.5 inches across the range as standard, but it's been upgraded here to 8.8 inches in size as part of the Navigation Plus pack, which includes all the latest Mini connected media features. Time to take a look in the back, and it might be helpful to give you some size perspective before we do that. Nearly half of the extra length you get with this F55 series 5-door hatch variant has gone into providing extra rear seat space, although to some extent the issue lies in getting to it. These extra rear doors are really pretty small, so squeezing in and out can be tricky. Inside, all that extra wheelbase length creates a cabin that's obviously a huge improvement on the cramped quarters provided by the 3-door model. Mini says that this 5-door variant delivers 10mm more headroom and 61mm more shoulder width, enough to make it possible to fit in the 3 belts back here that can't be accommodated by that smaller car. Let's finish by taking a look in the boot. With everything flat, a surprisingly large 941-litre load capacity area reveals itself. That's 210 litres more than you'll get in the 3-door model. We can all argue about whether this generation Cooper S is as pretty a car as its predecessors, but there can be no doubt that it's a better all-rounder. Yes, you could pay the same kind of money and buy a more conventional Super Mini-based hot hatch, perhaps the purer, more focused Fiesta ST, or the more comfortable and relaxing Volkswagen Polo GTI. This Cooper S, though, arguably delivers an appealing compromise between the two, and it feels much more special while it's doing it. It's a Mini to the max, and that's always a tempting thing.